Hey everyone, in this video, I'm going to do an overview of the entire job section. Now, this is a very important section. We like to call the job section as essentially the hub of the entire app because you can do everything you need to do for each job right in the job section for that specific job. So from the jobs panel here, first thing I want to show you is this jobs overview box. So by the way, every section does have this overview, but it's really nice in the jobs area specifically because you can just come in, filter by year, and just see how you're doing in that given year, right? In real time, just see how much active work you have, how much is completed, what's the total. So just gives you a nice snapshot overview, just so you're in tune with the financial end of it without having to dig through different sections and different reports. So that's really nice to have there. So let me go into a job and show you how you can manage everything for this job. So I'm coming into this job here, new electrical job, Costa. Now the summary section here, or the summary tab, just gives you a snapshot of this job. So the job details, the invoice summary, so what was invoiced to date, paid, outstanding, and then the contract summary underneath here. So the contract summary amount, if there's any extras and the amount, expenses, and the net profit to date. So nice summary section here where you can get a visual of what's going on. Next tab here, attachments. So this is a useful section for just to keep things organized for this job, whether it be floor plans, drawings, specs. You can create folders, upload files. You can access these from any time or from anywhere, anytime. You can also share this amongst employees and team members. So just a very useful section here to keep your documents. And any file type here works. So whether it's video, PDF, images, photos, so anything works. So just a really great way to stay organized with you and your team and just access things from anywhere. So that's the attachment section. Job costing. This allows you to add expenses and costs that are related to this job. So as you can see here right now in this example, there's two categories: equipment of 150, labor. So you can simply add expenses here. So let's say, I don't know, you had to, let's add another equipment. There's a rental. You have to rent some equipment. You put in the vendor. Let's say this costs me $500. You can add the tax in here. It automatically links to the job. You can upload a receipt as well to stay organized. And that's it. You add the job cost, and now it updates. So if I go back to the summary, you can now see the expenses is updated and the profit is updated as well. So this is a very good way. If you're not doing job costing, you should definitely look into this, because this allows you to just see how each job is doing in terms of profit, which is the most important thing. So very useful here. And by the way, if you're doing timesheets, the labor is automatically calculated in job costing when the entry of the timesheet is linked to that job. I'm going to post a link to that specific video on timesheets right on the corner here. So that's job costing. Invoices. This allows you to see all the invoices for this specific job. So you can see in this case, I have a current invoice, one that's paid. So this allows you to keep track of the invoices for this particular job. And you can also create an invoice right from here as well. So if I click create new invoice, it'll populate the client and job info. And now you're just selecting the line item and how much you want to invoice for that line item, just like so. So this, in this case, electrical panel upgrade, there's $11.25 remaining, and I can choose how much I want to invoice from that. So that's, actually, let me just push this through just to show how it all connects to the job. So I'm going to create the invoice. It's going to populate, and I'm just going to create it. Send it to the client, and that's it. So now you'll see, now there's two current invoices here. That's the one I just created, $11.25 here. So here you can see all the invoices, track them for this specific job. Quotation. So this allows you to see all the quotations for this job. So you can see the original quote when it was approved, any extras nicely categorized here as well when they were approved also. So very nice layout, allows you to track and see any quotations for this job. And now this is where you would go if there are any extras for the job. So let's say you're on a job site like this one, new electrical job, Costa, client requests some additional work that you have to quote them. And all you have to do, come into the job, click create new quote, similar to invoices, the client info, the job info populates here. And now you're just adding a line item. So let's say in this case, we want new bathroom pot lights. All right, put in the description, the cost. Let's just do a quick one here. So let's say 2,000, add line item. And again, I just want to do this just to show you how it all connects back to the job. So that's it. I'm going to create the quotation. And now if I go back to the job in the quotation section, now you're going to see here's that one that I just created, extra number 3. It's currently pending. And that's it. So that's how you can track quotes. So now let's say this quote was approved by you or the client. I'm just going to approve it here in this example. Okay, so the quote has been approved. So now if I go to the next section here, line items, now in the line, this is a very important section here. So these are all the line items for this job and their status essentially. So here's that third one that I just approved, by the way, 2,000. You can see extra number 3, approved on this date. But now this is a very useful section here. So for each line item, you can see the amount, how much was invoiced to date, what's remaining for each line item. So if you see the ones with the green check mark, this means that they've been all invoiced in full. And there's nothing remaining to invoice. So now you can see with these 2 extras here, extra number 2 and extra number 3, there's still amounts invoiced and still remaining. So that's how you can manage and oversee your line items. Now, you can also add line items in here as well. So let's say another use case for adding extras, if you're on a job site and the client requests some extra work, and just right on site, you agree on a price, you agree on the work, and there's no quote needed, you can just come right into line items here and just add the line item manually. So let's say pot lights for basement this time. Okay, let's do 1,000. Let's do 1,500. Add the line item. So that's it. So now in here, you'll see the contract summary has been updated and the extra number 4 has been added here, which I can now invoice from. And again, the extras updates as well. So it categorizes the extras separately as well. So you can see that on its own. So that's line items. Schedule here, by the way, which I skipped here, but you are able to add events right through the job as well. So you can just click new event, add an event, and it'll go right on your calendar as well. Notes is a useful section here. This just allows you to create notes for anything you just want to note and keep track of, remind yourself of for this specific job. And again, you can give access to employees and team members of this as well. And the last part here, history. This is a very useful part here. So this gives you a time-stamped log of every single thing that's happened for this job, from when you first sent the quote, when it got approved, when a client viewed a quote, when you sent an invoice, when you got paid, when you added an extra. So every single thing is time-stamped, tracked, just to, for your own tracking, your own accountability. So everything's organized here. So that is a full overview of the jobs area. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out anytime. Thank you.